Well, that's about as shiny as I can get it. I've tried and tried and tried to make it a mirror finish, and I just can't quite get there. It's pretty close though. Y'all can you can see me in the reflection. Flip it over the other side, maybe even better. Well, I got it as close as I can get it. I've even polished it. And, I can't complain. Shoot, I mean, that looks pretty doggone good right there. Yay! Other side. Yay! Compared to what it was, pretty darn good. I'll wipe off some of that excess polish and everything. And put it on the handle and we go from there. Alright, I got it on the handle now. Now that I got it on the handle, I can kind of see how I want to taper the handle down a little bit more. Now that I got it on there, I can taper the handle like the way I want it. I mean, it's pretty close now, but I need to smooth, see all that crap in there? I need to kind of smooth that out some. Maybe trim some off the corners there, off the edges there, because you really got more handle than you need head anyway. So I need to kind of trim the handle down a little bit. Just a little bit though, but I wanted to wait till I got the head on there so I can see exactly the look that I wanted to go for. So we're going to go from there and see how it does. I got the head on the handle. I'm going to try to shake this handle up to kind of match the head. Kind of get some of these sharp edges off of it, give it a more rounded look. I'm going to take this one off. I don't think I need this back clamp. I don't think I need this back clamp. Alright. Try to shave this square edge off, and then I'll go back over it with a file, kind of round it off some more. The trick is not to take off too much, because you can always take off more, but once it's off, ain't no putting it back on. So you got to kind of work with the grain a little bit to try to get it to go even, because that grain kind of moves throughout the piece, so you gotta try to do what you can to go with the grain, but don't let it get you in too much trouble. Look at that. That's what you want. It's a lot like drilling into a piece of metal. Your bit's sharp. Whenever you drill down, you have all those little curly cues come up. That means your drill bit is cutting like it's supposed to cut. But then see, you hit a snag, and that means the grain is taken off somewhere. Anyway, let's get on to tonight's story. Did you know that modesty would ever be the mother of an invention? Modesty has invented a lot of things, but one would argue that one of the most important things that modesty has invented was something that has a medical use. In September of 1816, a very well-endowed and buxom young lady paid a visit to a French physician named Dr. René Laennec. Now, he felt certain, upon initial examination and listening to all of her ailments and stuff, that she had heart problems, or she was having an issue with her heart. But the morals of the day prevented him, who was, he himself was a bachelor. The morals of the day prevented him from listening to her heart in the normal fashion, just by taking his ear and sticking it to her chest. He was a bachelor, and that was, even though he was a doctor, it was still kind of frowned upon. Still wasn't something that was done, even in France, if you can believe that. Besides, he was going to have a whole lot of trouble listening to her heart anyway through such an ample bosom, and it would have been really difficult. So the doctor himself had an idea. He was also a musician himself, you see. So he rolled up a tube from paper, kind of like a flute, and he touched it to his patient. Touched it to the lady, exactly where he wanted to hear. Now his ear wasn't against her, but he could still hear whatever he needed to hear. And to his, delight, he was very surprised. He said, "I was surprised and gratified," he wrote. He said, "at being able to hear the beating of the heart with greater clearness than ever before." Even on, it was clearer than, him taking his ear and sticking it next to somebody's chest. He said it was even clearer than that. Soon after, he fashioned a hollow cylinder out of wood and made it with a funnel at one end for a stethoscope. Many doctors were quick to adapt to his new technology, but some still resisted. One American doctor put it this way. He says, "He that hath ears to hear, let him use his ears and not a stethoscope." But the new device allowed doctors to diagnose problems of the heart and lungs, not just the heart, but the lungs as well, that they had never been able to uncover before. A new window on illness was opened, thanks to Modesty. Alright, I am working on this handle now. I've got it shaved down. I got corners rounded off pretty good. Now I'm sanding on it. I started off with that 80 grit. I need to work on that side. Side's kind of rough. I don't think I got that. Anyway, I started off with 80 grit. Now I'm at the 120 grit. Yeah, I don't think I've hit this side with the 120 yet. Have that side. It's about as far as I can get it away from me. Instead of going with a wedge in the top, I had some holes. So I just pounded some wooden wedges around instead in the middle to swell the middle out. I just pounded the outside with wedges because, I mean, you ain't gonna be chopping a tree down with this thing. Boy, look at that finish. I like that finish. Anyway, I ain't gonna be chopping no trees down with it or anything, so I think it'll be alright. And that's the way I put the wedges on the outside. That way I could straighten up the blade with the handle. I could put them wherever they need to, because the handle was kind of crooked off to one side. And, or the blade was off a little crooked off to one side. And I put the wedges on the outside of it, kind of straightened up a little bit. It didn't do a tremendous job of doing it, but it done it well enough. But now I'm working on the handle, trying to smooth it out. I'd like to find some leather cord to go around this. See where the indentation is, right there where the hand is going to be, right there. That's where the hand is going to be. I'd like to find some leather cord to go around it, but you know, right now is not the best time to go to hunting and shopping for leather cord. It's not exactly what you'd call essential, I guess. But I'm working on the handle now. I'm gonna treat the handle. I'm going to burn it and then put the beeswax finish on it. And if I can find some leather to wrap around the handle, I will. If I can't, at least it's, you know, finished to the point to wherever I do find some, I can put it on there. Alright? That's a pretty little hatchet, I have to say so myself. Alright, here we go. I've already got the I've already burned the finish on. See if I can just lay it down here. I wanted to show you before I put the beeswax on. Beeswax and linseed oil mixture that I got. I'm going to put it on and I'll come back and show it that. Okie doke, that's the handle after the beeswax, linseed oil concoction, super mixture has been completed. It just makes it more like a matte finish than a and the shiny finish. It makes it, you know, it's pretty good to me. Like I said, if I could find some leather strapping to go around that, or some leather string to go around that, right there where the handle is, I think it'll add to it very well. If not, I think it's going to serve its purpose really, really well anyway. That's the stuff right there, and I'm telling you what, that stuff works good. Works good, let's see, yeah. Kind of like that the way it is, to be honest with you, but I'm going to try it anyway. If I can find some, I'm going to try it and see how it looks. If it looks stupid, then I'll take it back off. If it don't, I'll leave it on. All I got to do is just kind of finish wiping my fingerprints off of that, and then sharpening the blade a little bit. See how it does. I'll sharpen that sucker up, it'll cut paper. Okie doke. Looks good though. Kinda happy with it so far.